Mirror, mirror on the wall, why do I hear someone call? When Alex brings home an antique mirror, she thinks it's just a beautiful relic of the past. But as whispers echo in the night and her reflection begins to shift, she realizes this is no ordinary mirror. Will Alex escape its grasp? Or will she become just another lost soul in its cursed reflection? Welcome to Narrative Strokes. Today we are listening to Trapped in Reflection. The dim glow of the evening light filtered through the dusty antique shop window as Alex carefully examined an ornate mirror. Intrigued by its intricate silver frame and the air of mystery surrounding it, she decided to bring it home. The shopkeeper, an elderly man with a knowing gaze, hesitated before handing it over, muttering something about its troubled past. Brushing off the warning as mere superstition, Alex eagerly set the mirror against the bedroom wall. At first, it was just a beautiful relic, a conversation piece. But as the days passed, an eerie sensation settled in, a feeling of being watched, a chill in the air when standing too close. Shadows seemed to move at the edges of Alex's vision, flickering like whispers of something unseen. Sleep came fitfully, plagued by indistinct murmurs echoing in the silence. The air in her room grew heavier, making it difficult to breathe at times. She found herself glancing at the mirror more often, unable to shake the impression that something within it was changing, evolving. The first unsettling occurrence happened on a sleepless night. Alex swore she heard a voice, a faint, almost pleading whisper, coming from the mirror's depths. At first, she dismissed it as the wind, but the words carried an unnatural cadence. The surface of the glass shimmered, as if rippling with unseen energy. Each night, the whispers grew clearer, forming words Alex could not fully understand, but felt compelled to listen to. Her fascination turned into fixation. Alex spent hours staring into the mirror, waiting, watching. Her reflection seemed different. The eyes were darker, the expression hollow, and at times her reflection did not move in sync with her. A gnawing dread settled in, but she couldn't look away. The bags under her eyes darkened as sleep deprivation took hold, blurring the lines between reality and delusion. The whispering voice no longer sounded distant. It was inside Alex's mind, a persistent murmur that refused to be silenced. She began to wake in the middle of the night with the feeling that someone was in the room with her, standing just beyond her sight. Determined to understand the mirror's origin, Alex dove into research. She spent hours at the library, combing through old records and newspaper archives. The previous owner had vanished mysteriously, leaving behind only the mirror and a journal filled with frantic scribbles about an unseen entity. The entries described a presence within the glass, a soul trapped in its depths, feeding off fear and attention. The more one engaged with it, the stronger it became. Realization hit like a wave of ice. Alex had fallen into the same trap. She had to stop before it was too late. But the mirror was no longer just an object. It had become something else, something alive, and it wasn't willing to let go so easily. She tried covering it with a sheet, but the fabric refused to stay in place, slipping off inexplicably. She moved it to another room, yet she could still feel its presence, as though it were watching her through the walls. The whispers turned to voices, the voices to screams. Alex saw shadows moving behind the glass, reaching, clawing. The entity revealed itself, a gaunt, hollow-eyed figure whose sorrowful expression sent shivers down Alex's spine. Its lips moved, but the words were lost in a chorus of overlapping whispers. The more Alex resisted, the angrier it became, distorting her reflection into something grotesque. Its fingers pressed against the glass, leaving behind smudges that would not wipe away. One night, the confrontation reached its peak. The mirror trembled on its own, the whispers turning to deafening wails. A cold hand, impossibly real, pressed against the other side of the glass. Alex felt her will slipping, her identity dissolving into the abyss of the mirror's world. Her body felt paralyzed, her thoughts fragmented. The room grew colder, and the air thickened with an unnatural weight pressing down on her chest. She tried to run, but her feet were rooted in place. The entity's hollow eyes locked onto hers, pulling her closer, urging her to step forward, to let it in. The reflection no longer mirrored her movements, it beckoned her instead. In a final act of defiance, Alex seized the journal's last page, a desperate note from the previous owner. Destroy it before it destroys you. With a surge of adrenaline, Alex lifted a heavy chair and brought it crashing down onto the mirror. The glass shattered, splintering into 1,000 shards, each one reflecting the screaming entity before its image dissolved into nothingness. The silence that followed was suffocating. Alex gasped for breath, the weight of fear slowly lifting. The air in the room felt lighter, the oppressive chill dissipating. The spell was broken, but the experience left a scar, a lingering doubt. Did she truly defeat the entity, or had it simply found another way to hide? As Alex swept away the shards, a small, unbroken fragment caught the light. In its reflection, for the briefest moment, a familiar, hollow-eyed figure watched with a knowing smile. The whispers were gone, but the silence felt just as heavy. She hesitated, staring at the shard in her hand, before wrapping it in cloth and tucking it away in a locked drawer, just in case. The end. Thank you for listening to today's story. If you enjoyed it, then comment down below and let me know what you think. I'll see you next time with another story. Until then, keep smiling and don't forget to like and subscribe.